Good evening, everyone. Happy to be here today. And I seriously thank God for giving us the grace and opportunity to be in this class today. And if you are coming in to view the class, I seriously appreciate your coming. Lately, it has not been easy, but all the same, we have to keep on pushing. Sorry for that, excuse me. That was why I skipped on, on Thursday last week and Tuesday's class this week. I seriously have so much engagement this period, but all the same, I have to complete what I started. So, happy to be with you guys. So let's just run through what we are going to be talking about. I told you guys are going to be talking about DOM. Just give me sorry. Now, so that we can know how to communicate with our browsers very well. And put in mind, you can see we touch those videos and we made it so simple in kind of way whereby we separated all those instead of teaching for like 2 hours, 3 hours on some parts or some array or on arrays or some aspect of JavaScript. We actually made it little by little so that you guys can easily watch and easily grab. If you don't understand, you can easily come back and ask us, not wasting much time. We're trying to make sure you guys grab this. So we're going to DOM now. So let's just go through what DOM is. I'll see what I can do. Teach us today, teach us some basics so that we can start implementing DOM very well. So the JavaScript language was initialized was initially created for the web browser. Since then, it has evolved into a language with many uses and platforms. A platform may be a browser or a web server or another host or another smart coffee machine if it can run JavaScript. Each of these each of these provides platform specific from each of these provides platform each of these provides platform specifies functionalities. The JavaScript specification sorry, I'm kind of trying to communicate with my boss. So I'm trying to the JavaScript specifications calls that a host environment. And host environment provides its own objects and functional and functions in addition to the language core. Web browsers gives a meaning to control web pages. Node.js provides server-side features and so on. Here is Beth's eyes view of what we have when JavaScript runs in the browser, in the web browser. Now, what this means now when we talk about browser, excuse me. Okay, how can I reply you later? Like I'm kind of busy now. So okay, let's just focus on this now. Okay, now what this means now when we talk about DOM, it means that uh, JavaScript provides platforms that can help us communicate with uh, our browser that can help us communicate with our browsers. Now, not just browser alone. You can if you read the second paragraph, a platform may be a browser or a web server or another host or even a smart coffee machine if it can run JavaScript. Note that it may be a platform that runs on a browser or a server side or another host. When it mean what it means by another host means a platform can use JavaScript as a third party. Just like I can write my code on Python and use JavaScript as a third party. But the main thing is I'm still running JavaScript. So JavaScript before, just like web browser, since then it has evolved into a language with many uses and platforms. So now, if you see JavaScript has grown a lot where we have so many frameworks and so many things, and it helps us. JavaScript stands as one strong language that helps us communicate with the browser, that makes our browser dynamic. So if you know JavaScript very well, you are a web developer already. So now that is why it says a platform may be a browser or a server side because you can use JavaScript for your backend server side programming currently, but it was built for web browser only. But now, due to since it's an open source project and currently now it's being used for the server side. So now each of these each of these provides platform specific functionalities. Each of these provides platform specific functionalities. Now, you see JavaScript, you can use it for the web, you can use it for server side, we can use it for mobile. Now, we have some platforms on JavaScript like frameworks and all that, and all of them provide specific functionalities. Not you use this one for this, every of them provide specific functionalities. A host environment provides its own objects and functions in addition to the language core. Web browser gives a meaning to control web pages. Node.js provides server side features. You can see it now. Web browser gives a means to control web pages. Node.js provides server side features and so on. So now you can see this window here means this here means the view of your laptop or your phone. Sorry guys, please excuse me. So this window here signifies the web. The documents here signifies what you are putting online. And the object here, this is specifically JavaScript, which we are using to make our work dynamic and all that. So, and the Windows has so many, the Windows is the one that provides most of all these functions that makes it work perfectly. Your browser, you are saying, that is what signifies the window. So, let's just continue. So, there is a root object called window. It has its own rules. First, it is a global object for JavaScript code as described in the chapter global objects. Second, it represents the browser windows and provide method to control it. So it just signifies your web. Let me just use your web as an example window. Now it's using anytime you write a code and you place it uh, on on your browser, the window function actually pops up, works on its own. It gives you access to the screen, it gives you access to many things, access to the height of your screen, to the length of your screen, give you access to your location, give you access to uh, the URL you are using, so many things the window function gives us access to. So it's not just one thing. The window function gives us access to many, as many, and you can also write your function and add it to the window function and all that. So that is what the window function is talking about. And if you're right, if you're a JavaScript developer, you seriously need to understand how to use the window function very well in DOM. Like even if when you get to React, you still need it. Some persons always avoid it, but there is no how you will need it. You will definitely need it. You will definitely need it. So I might be skipping so many things. So what is DOM? DOM is document object model. Document object model. So it talks about what you are putting on up there, how you control it. So that's what the DOM is all about. The DOM controls what you are putting up there, control the fact that you can modify it, you can everything about what you're putting up there, when you modify it, how you modify it is the DOM. So through the DOM, you can talk what you want to put up, you can edit it, you can modify it, you can do a whole lot. I don't really know how I can really put it there. I just want to make it so much simple for you guys. So as I'm telling you, you can do so many things. You can edit with your DOM and all that. So let's continue. So you can see the DOM is not only for browsers. The DOM is not only for browsers. The DOM is for many things. To access your documents. So you can see the boom, the browser object model. But might not really get to the boom. So it says the backbone of HTML document is tags. So the backbone of HTML document is the tag. Without the tag, it's not an HTML document. Just like what people are doing now, they will just carry HTML document and just put it as like if you want to write a paragraph now, some person will just write it like that without putting the paragraph. What is still wrong? It's seriously wrong. So when you talk about what is it called? When you talk about the HTML document, without the tags, it's not an HTML document, and it's the structure. HTML is very, very important. Many people don't really know. According to the document object model, every HTML tags is an object. Nested is an object. Nested tags are children of the enclosing ones. The text inside a tag is an object as well. So everything in what we are going to be looking at in JavaScript, the DOM from the DOM down to the so everything, sorry, from the DOM down to everything you know about HTML are objects. Now, so everything you are seeing are up there. So in JavaScript, the way you can access maybe your p tag and others through the DOM is through the object process. That is what I'm just trying to tell you. If I want to access, you can see this one. If I want to access maybe the name of a p tag, I can just use document dot p tag dot name because it's found to be an object. That's why it says uh, all these objects are accessible using the Java. No, not there. The text inside the document, inside the tag is as well is an object as well. So everything in JavaScript DOM is an object. So, for example, document the body. Document the body is the object representing the body. So running this code, we will make the body red. We'll make the body red for 3 seconds running this code. So maybe let's put something like if you want to access the body through the DOM, you definitely need to go through the object route system. And I've taught you guys objects, how to create an object and all that. So you have to definitely go through the object routing system because it's very, very important. You have to go through that method. Here we use this style dot background to change the background color. You can see I say so you can modify your content in the browser using your what your DOM, your document object model. You can access it using that. To change the background color of a document dot body, okay, that is for the style dot background, is to change the background color. But there are many other properties such as inner HTML. offset width and all that and so on. We have so many you can use in the DOM, just like we have seen inner width, inner height, and all that. Trying to skip so many things, don't need them. Please take your time and read this page. It's very, very important, but I can't we can't read this, just be reading sick. So the DOM allows us to do anything with elements and their content. But first, we need to reach out to reach the corresponding document, that is DOM object. All operations on the DOM starts with the document object. That is the main entry point to DOM. For it, we can access any node. Here is a picture of links that allows for travel between DOM nodes. So everything you see, that nodes that I just mentioned now, everything you see in the DOM is a node. Everything inside is a node. That is like an entry point. Let me use that word. So instead of using node, it's like an entry point to maybe every HTML tag and all that. So that is an entry point for that. So we have the document. So anytime you want to access anything or go through anything in your code or something or in the browser, you need to really pass through the DOM, except maybe for some kind of window functions and all that. Don't need the DOM, but majority of things is just need the DOM things of JavaScript. So if you want to access any HTML and all that, you really need to go through the DOM. So in the DOM, we have some things are relevant. So I'll mention them here through this diagram for us. So please put these things in your mind. Put these things in your mind. So because when we're writing code now for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript now, we'll be needing most of all these things that I'm explaining now, or that I'm calling now. Something like whenever, let's say the DOM, which is good, which we need, the DOM dot get elements, document dot get elements, or document dot DOM elements, any or document dot document elements, which is the HTML. Then we have document.body and all that and all that. But now this is what I want us to put in mind. We have parent node, we have next siblings, previous siblings, child node, we have first child, last child. Now you can see the parent node is facing top. So the parent node of this div now, looking at it, is the body. So whenever you write your what's it called, your HTML now, this was what I was explaining. I was saying we need to try as much as possible to understand some concept like the object and the array. We have come to that point now where we need them very well. So now, so you can notice that the parent element is the one on top. The parent node, sorry, is the one on top. That is the body. So if I want to access that div, I can go through the body in the DOM, that is in my JavaScript. I can go through the DOM through my JavaScript. So if I want to access maybe a siblings, just like a div close to a div, like in the same how will I put it? Let's say I have two div. Let me just write the code for that. So I will explain the parent. This is what This is what I want us to get now. So I will explain the parents, the next siblings, the previous siblings. So let me just open our hit our VS Code. Sorry guys, I've been explaining and I've not shared my shit. I've spent like 30 minutes. Sorry, I just checked now. Okay. Seriously sorry for that. You're not seeing my screen. Sorry for that. So, okay, let me just start. Okay. Thank God I've not even started writing code. Ah, okay. The JavaScript language was initially created for web browsers. Now, since then, it has evolved into language with many uses and platforms. A platform may be a browser or a web server or another host or even a smart coffee machine if it can run JavaScript. Each of these provides specific functionality. The JavaScript specification calls that a host environment. Now, we need to understand that JavaScript was created majorly for web browser. That's why when you want to, you can see that many people don't really use JavaScript for webs for server side, but many use it for web browsers for front end work like HTML and CSS work, React work, and all that. But when it comes to web server, JavaScript is slower because it was not meant for the server. But currently we have it on the server side. Fine. So, but that does not stop us from using it. It's good. We can use it. But in terms of speed and all that, JavaScript is still slower. We have some other languages that are faster, far, far faster. But no problem. It depends on what you want to use it for. So you can still use JavaScript. So that's why it says a platform may be a browser or a web server. That's why it mentioned a web server or another host. A host is like like something, maybe a program using JavaScript as third party. Let me use that word. So let's continue so that we can get to understand that. I need to just rush this part now. So a host environment provides its own objects and functions in addition to the language core. Web browsers gives a meaning to control web pages. Node provides server-side features and so on. Node, you can hear it, Node provides server-side features and so on. So we have some things we need to understand in terms of uh, JavaScript DOM. JavaScript DOM, now you need to know that the window function, the window function is the parent function. While others like the DOM, the boom comes into play. So, but the window function is the parent function for your JavaScript uh, development. You can use it to access so many things, to navigate. You can use it to access your location, to do a whole lot through the window function. And now the window function has the boom, the DOM, and JavaScript. We might be talking about DOM, but might not talk about Boom because Boom is, you can still read about it, just like the browser functions, browser functionalities. So that is what Boom is all about. So the DOM is a document object model and all that. So we can use it to access maybe our document, modify our document and all that. That is what the DOM is all about. That's why you say the DOM is the document object model. Can use to access a whole lot concerning the So let's continue. So we have something like the document.body dot style dot background. So we want to style the body now. So how do we style the body? Through the DOM. You can see rather than just writing CSS that will style the body, we can still use it in our JavaScript to style the body. So that is it. So we are going to be looking at it, but we have not got into that part. The boom is the browser object model, so we can go through it ourselves. So now you can see the DOM tree. You can see the DOM tree. Might skip this one. Okay, this is where I want us to come to. The others you need just need to go through the others. This the part I skipped just now. You just have to go through it. Now, the DOM, we can use the DOM to access our documents, starting from the parent wrapper, which is the HTML, down to the body, down to other parts of your HTML document. But there are some things you need to get or to understand before trying to, how will I put it, before trying to go uh, for the DOM. Which are things I'm going to be explaining for us today, while next week going to full coding of using our DOM to access our browser and all that. So let me just go straight to what I'm going to be doing for us. So let me explain this now. So you can see HTML. So I think this will explain what I want us to understand. So now you can see that we have a div here, which signifies the parent div, and the parent div to this div is the body. The parent div to this div now is our HTML, the parent component. So the parent node, I think the node is the right word. The parent node to this body is the HTML, and the parent node to this div here is the body. Likewise, as the body is a child to the body, a div here is a child to the body. Likewise, that the body is a parent node to this div. So put that in mind while we continue. Just want to get us to understand this. So now if you see the parent, which is the body, now this is pointing towards this as its parent node. The div is pointing towards this as its parent node because the body is the one wrapping that div. So you call it the parent node to the div. The body is the parent node to the div. So likewise as the div is a child node to the parent. So that is one key thing we need to understand in terms of parent to child concepts in DOM. So and we need to put in mind that in this parent to child, if no parent can have how will I put it? No parent can, no child can have two parents. Let me use that word. No child can have two parents. Excuse me, guys. So this is sorry for that. Uh, I have to take a call. So no child has two parents. That is one rule we need to put in mind. Every every child has a single parent, just like what we have in the world. No child is being bettered by maybe two parents. No, it must be one parent. It must be like mother and father. Let me use that word. So which are one. They are one. So which is what we call a parent. So you can't have a man and say that's my parent. No, it must be man and woman, except for the case of when the man is dead or the wife is dead and him, but still yet that child is being bettered by this is the father, this is the mother. So same as JavaScript, no child node has double parents, but a parent node can have multiple children. So that is it. So now let's use this. Now let's use this. So we are done with the parents. Now let's talk about the siblings. We have the previous siblings and the next sibling. Let me use the word like, let me use this word like, take for instance when you have a family of father and mother and they have three children. So the middle child has a senior brother, that is the second child, has a senior brother, and a junior does not have a senior brother, but it has a junior brother. Same as when we come to our code, same as our code now, same as our code, this div, okay, let me use this one. This div here now, okay, let me just copy this and let me make it three. So this div here has only, does not have a senior brother, but it has junior brothers. So this div here has senior brother and junior brother. Then this div here now has senior brother but no junior brother. So that is what next sibling and previous sibling is talking about. So this now has a next sibling, but it does not have a previous sibling. That previous sibling signifies the senior brother, but it has a next sibling, which is his junior brother. Now, same as this middle div here, this middle div node. Now, it has a previous sibling, which is an elder brother, and also have a next sibling, which is a junior brother. Now, same as this one, it has a previous sibling, which is the elder brothers, but it does not have a next sibling because it is the last born. I think that works for us because it is the last born. So it has senior, but it does not have junior. The middle has both previous and next. The top has only next, but does not have previous. So that is what is all about in terms of previous sibling and next sibling. All these things I'm explaining to you because there will be points where you will write in your code, you will need to use them to access a particular, uh, 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 how will I put it, access a particular node. So we have children, child node, first child, last child. Same as this is the child node to this. And in terms of child node, we have this is the first child of this particular div. So this this one is the first child in this particular div. Likewise, this is the last child to this particular div. So put that in mind. First child, last child. So that is what it is all about. HTML, document get elements and all that. So I just want us to understand this and try to get it in our head. Once we can be able to understand this, we will definitely move far with it and we will not get any issue. So you can see the child node, the children, the child node, the first child, the last. The child nodes are like all childs, like all of them here. That is the child nodes, talking about everything. It comes as an array. So that is it for us. So let's try and study this page. I think with what I have given us here, if we study this page, we will get to understand it properly. I have made it easier for us to understand it. So once we can be able to study that page, this particular page, we'll get to understand it. Then we'll come to this page where we use the get element by ID. So, but I don't want to really bug you guys with a whole lot. I think you're going to stop here. So you can go through this page in javascript.info, go through it very well on your own. And once we come next time, we are going to really go through it together and get to the the next page so that we can once we understand these basics, to start coding. So I don't want us to just jump into coding like that. I want us to have time for our own self. If you have any question, see next class. Okay, since there are no questions, we'll stop here. Thank you guys.